So, I'm running out of ideas. Remember this video? Well, that was 2 years ago, and I honestly want to redo it. So, that's what we're doing. Teletubbies, how I've had a history with you. Making so many videos about you back in the day. Heck, even before I got a YouTube account, I was making videos about these guys. Okay, so I want to get this straight. You may be asking, hey, M, what happened to your Teletubbies content? Why aren't you making them anymore? Well, the simple answer is, I'm beginning to grow out of making Teletubbies and In the Night Garden content, but that doesn't mean I hate them. I still really love them. I've just begun to run out of ideas for content about them, I guess. Maybe I'll occasionally make the occasional In the Night Garden or Teletubbies video from time to time when I actually get an idea, but for now, my head is completely empty for these guys. Anyway, let's get to the main point of the video. I'm here to rant on an episode that I found particularly very disgusting for a kid's show like this. Heck, I've made so many meme videos of this particular episode because of how unsuitable this episode was for Teletubbies. It makes me question, what were the writers thinking? And that episode, my friends, is called Chinese New Year. You could probably already tell by the title, but I'm just reminding you anyway. At first, you may be thinking, Chinese New Year? That sounds like a very innocent episode. What could be so bad about an episode about Chinese New Year, of all things? Well, I'm going to explain to you, because it will get disgusting in a few minutes. It starts off completely innocent enough, with all the Teletubbies one by one sliding down the slide. Then a TV event starts, and it shows how Chinese people celebrate Chinese New Year. Usually the episodes are named after the TV events, since the TV events are the main focus of the episode. Which is what makes you believe that an episode with the name Chinese New Year would seem like an innocent episode for people to watch. And of course, it does keep its innocent demeanor at first, but it gets darker the more you watch it. Eventually, the TV event ends and it cuts to the second and final segment.
One day, in Teletubbyland, something appeared from far away.
A noisemaker, or as they call it in this episode, a tutor, appears out of nowhere. Then Po comes by on her scooter and notices the tutor. See? They put a rhyme in this episode! Po decides to blow the tutor, and it extends really far, and only then you can see more clearly that there's a small pink feather on the end of it. Po finds the tutor's extension very hilarious, and also that noise it was making that could eventually get annoying. Then Lala comes along and Po shows her the tutor and how it works, and then Lala decides to give it a very big blow. And this is where things go into adult territory. And so Lala blows the tutor and it extends farther than Po's blow. And then it reaches Tinky Winky and... I'm going to censor this so you don't have to see this, but you can probably guess what happens here. Yeah, no, this is not stinking okay. This is not stinking okay at all. Call the cops. After 12 seconds of that hell, Lala and Po find their unintended prank hilarious. Then Tinky Winky arrives wondering why the heck Lala and Po were trying to change the age rating from E for everyone to M for mature. Then Lala shows Tinky Winky how the tutor works and why is she holding it like a smoking pipe. Then Tinky Winky decides to give the tutor a very, very big blow and he does the fanciest squat notes of man. And right when you think that there's gonna be another Rule 34 moment, it just ends up blowing Dipsy's hat right off. Phew! Thank God there's no more of that, and that was just a one-time joke. And that's when Tinky Winky decides to do a very, very, very big blow, and... God sticky dang it, not again! So yeah, it ended up not becoming a one-time thing. Why? So yeah, that pink feather at the end of the tutor did serve a purpose. It was to provide Rule 34 fuel for all those DeviantArt and Fur Affinity users. Thankfully, the madness is over when Tinky Winky sets... I'm sorry, I can't unsee my video. Thankfully, the madness is over when Tinky Winky sets down the tutor and it disappears. Then the segment ends and the episode ends with Tubby bye-bye. Finally! And now, my thoughts. Mainly on the segment. To put this simply, this episode, or at least the second segment, was not built for children in mind. Like, come on, who would want to see this, let alone twice, and an up-close shot of it occasionally? That's right, no one, except for those who have a problem. Keep in mind, these are literal toddlers. Only creeps would watch this and enjoy it. For those Teletubbies haters that thought Teletubbies was gross enough, then you should see this episode, then you're really gonna think it's dumpster fire. What makes this even worse is that they put this specific segment in the US version of the episode Gymnastics, and it makes it so much worse because, bending over. Whoever the person was at Ragdoll who wrote this episode needs to go see therapy because they clearly have a problem when it comes to children. I mean, the first segment and the TV events are fine. You can keep those. Just maybe tone it down on the second segment and make it less, suggestive, maybe? I mean, at least Nunu's not putting a suction on. If you ever watched this as a kid on your mom's TV, then I feel so bad for you because this episode is just disgusting. Ragdoll should never have aired this in the first place because along with the Boom Boom dance, this is just unsuitable for Teletubbies. I'm surprised this never got controversial like The Lion and the Bear because the reason for The Lion and the Bear being controversial was because it was scary. And then this episode exists and it's covered with Rule 34 suggestions and no one ever spreads any drama about it. Let me tell you, if the reboot remade this episode and kept this segment, then I'd be ticked. Heck, I'm sure Wildbrain and Ragdoll would get sued for it. This would definitely not age well nowadays. Anyway, that's just my little rant of this episode that I hate so dang much because why does this exist? I hope you enjoyed this video, and feel free to tell me if you agree or disagree with me and why in the comments. I'm thinking of doing some more rants of Teletubbies or In the Night Garden episodes that I hate in the future, but tell me if you guys would want that. I'm running out of ideas anyway, so yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss another one of my videos when I actually get an idea of what to upload. But for now, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye!